Let's Talk with author Dre Lett is a show that informs, inspires, and motivates. All shows are taped in front of a live virtual audience. Make sure to follow us so you can be notified when a new show is available on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Also follow us if you want to be a part of our live tapings. Grab your beverage and snacks, get comfortable so we can let's talk. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk. I am your host, author Dre Lett. This is the show where we inform, inspire, and motivate during these tough times and beyond. So come on in the room and have a seat so we can let's talk. Yes, indeed. I am so excited that we are in 2024. As I said last show, that I'm just so glad that 23 is gone and out of here. And it's just, oh my goodness, it's a new year to start over all together, correct? Right. All right. So, first off, before we get the show started, I want to give a special shout out to my sorors of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. This Monday, January 15th, 2024, is our Founders Day. We will be celebrating 116 years of service to all mankind. And I am an active, proud member. So happy Founders Day, sorors. All right. So, you guys, tonight, let's talk about empowerment in 2024. We have special guests lifting every sister circle with facilitator Alonda Simms, participants Lisa Rochon, and Trillian Cason. They will be on the virtual stage to discuss how they help empower and encourage women. You guys don't want to miss this. It's going to be good, really, really good. So, I haven't done hot topics in a while because we've had so much going on. And so I figure, why not? Let's do hot topics tonight. So in 2024, this year has started off crazy. As you guys know, so much stuff has been going on, from aliens to you name it, just craziness, right? From the Cat Williams interview, just all kind of stuff. But this, on a serious note, um, according to the Shade Room, federal prosecutors will now seek the death penalty against the Buffalo supermarket shooter. His name is not even worth mentioning on my show, okay? But remember, he was the guy that went into a black neighborhood grocery store in Buffalo, New York, and randomly killed 10 innocent African Americans in the store in year 2022. You know what? I am so glad justice will be served. Praying for those families that lost a loved one. So that just go to show, you do something like that. Well, so anyways, I'm just praying for those families, and I'm glad justice will be served. And other hot topic news, this is kind of some crazy news. I don't know if you guys saw it all over social media like I have, on TikTok, everywhere. It was just everywhere. So according to Yahoo News, after an incident at a Florida mall on New Year's Day, it triggered a dispatch of dozens of police cars. Social media posts viewed millions of times. Claim footage of the event showed a description of an alien invasion of a 10-foot shadow alien walking around the mall in Miami. But authorities and media reports in the U.S. state say the videos depict Miami officers responding to a group of teens looting and setting off fireworks, not extraterrestrials. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you're watching this live, put in the comment section. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on that. Because the TV show The Simpsons is controversial now, but they did predict aliens walking around in the Miami Mall. So it makes you wonder, right? So, the Simpsons also predict R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, that he would die in a helicopter crash. Oh my goodness. They showed it on their show before he actually died. And it actually happened. And then also they showed, who, I'm not going to mention his name. It's not worth mentioning on my show. Who, coming down the elevator to make a big announcement. You guys know what it was. And they predicted it. And sure enough, he did just that. Oh my goodness. So I don't know. The Simpsons are the writers going in the time machine and going back in the future, going in the past to see what's going on, or in the future, I should say. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? it makes you wonder. So, you guys, as I go break for a quick message from our sponsors, make sure you put in the comment section your thoughts on the hot topics. Also, put in the comment section where you're viewing the show from so I can give you a shout out, the city that you're representing. I see quite a few of you are on. It's so exciting. So, you guys, give us a quick minute. We're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors. And when we come back, I definitely want to give everybody a shout out. Okay. So, we'll be right back after these messages. Feeling overwhelmed with work? Need a virtual assistant? Well, DTL Productions can help. We offer a vast variety of services such as creating Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, Tableau dashboards, pivot tables, content writing and editing, various marketing services, and so much more. Contact us so we can help make your life easier. All right, you guys, that was a message from our sponsors. You guys know I'm big on entrepreneurship. Make sure you support them. All right, so let's see who's checking into the show tonight. I see quite a few of you. Let's see here. Of course, my hubby, it says he's watching from the infamous man cave. We've got my skate sister, Carla. Hey, girl, how are you? Thank you for your love and support. My girl from Detroit. This is my Let's Talk fam, y'all. They support me every time we have a live virtual show. So excited. Oh, we got a newbie, Lisa Braxton. Hi, Lisa. How are you? I don't know where you're checking in from, but thank you for your support. And let's see here, baby girl's checking in from the ATL. Hey, how are you, baby girl? Sis is checking in from Oaktown and Cali. What's up, sis? All right, so there's a couple comments real quick. some people wanted to say a couple things. So Carla said, good. This country needs to set an example concerning the Buffalo shooter against 10 innocent victims. I agree. I agree. That way it will shut it down on anybody else who have any other ideas of doing any other mass shootings, right, Carla? I totally agree with you. Okay, so Irie said no aliens. I think they're waiting to make a bigger appearance. You never know. I agree with you, Irie. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Okay. All right, cuz she's checking in from Vegas. She says, good evening, everyone. One of the Las Vegas checking in. It's cold there, 26 degrees. Oh my goodness. That is odd for Vegas, cuz. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's been kind of cold here too. And hubby is commenting on the shooter Satan's work. Alyssa Simms is checking in from Chicago. Hey, lady from Chi-Town, how are you? Thank you for your support. My BFF's checking in from Alabama. So many, y'all. Oh my goodness. Stokes, hey, Mike Dog, checking in from Peachtree City. Woo, it's a lot of y'all on here tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to get to everybody, but Janine is checking in. She's watching. Janine Williams. Let's see. One more. Okay. Yeah, Elise. Hello, Elise. She's watching from Cali. Yes, indeed. And my cousin wanted to just let everybody know she's excited that the Super Bowl is coming to Vegas. Ooh, exciting times, exciting times. Oh my gosh. So thank you guys for checking in. I appreciate you. And there's a lot, oh my goodness, a whole lot of you that are watching. So thank you for your support as well. So let's get into the topic. I'm so excited, you guys, to have these ladies on. We've been talking, I want to say, for about a year on getting them on to talk about this sister circle. So basically, this is Alonda Simms, Lisa Rochon, and Trillian Cason. So we're going to start off with Alonda. So Alonda is here to share her knowledge with other women who are looking to start their own sister circle. She got the idea when her sister shared her experience from attending a sister circle, and this sparked Alonda's curiosity, and she has since hosted 5 gatherings of her own. So let's welcome to the virtual stage Alonda. I'm gonna interview her and pick her
Mhm.
brain. Hey girl,
Hey everybody. How are you, Dre?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
That is
Or should I
awesome.
say fabulous, like my sister?
Fabulous, right? We have
Yeah,
been talking forever to get you on about
I
this
know,
topic.
I
Oh, I'm so
know,
glad. I'm so glad you
I
guys
know.
are here.
And thank you
Wow.
for inviting us.
Yes, yes, of course. So inquiring minds want to know. I talked about how you got involved with it, but when you went to your sister, you went to her sister's circle, what kind of sparked in you? Was it just the bond of the women, or what got you going to want to do your own thing?
Well, actually, she's in another state, so she and I were discussing the sister circle, and she was sounded really excited about it, and it was a friend of the family whom she's attended,
Okay.
and she said it was a group of ladies, and they wrote questions down, and a bowl was passed around for them to throw the questions in, and um, first they introduced themselves around the circles, and what sparked my interest was some of the questions that were asked, like a lot of them were about relationships, but one in particular was about suicide prevention. So
Mm,
it sparked me because I got to thinking, well, what are in the heads of my friends and associates? What might
mm,
be some pressing questions they may have, and want to share or get answers for. And so that kind of triggered me to say, hey, this seemed like an important thing to do, to allow us as women to express in a sort of a safe space. It was
mhm,
in someone's home, and I've did at least 3 in my space, and I've even used the clubhouse, so I just think it's the importance of it to like I said, provide a safe space for people to come and be able to share
mhm,
ideas. And, it's real helpful, I believe, and sometimes healing. You know, there was a sister circle where someone just let it all out, and
mm,
we were patient with her, and surrounded her with our love and our attention, and we just listened because sometimes that's all they need is just someone to listen, not so much to
mhm.
answer my question. I need to be heard, so to speak.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing because you're correct. Instead of them going to a counselor or to their minister, they feel
Or
more
maybe can't
comfortable.
afford a counselor, or
Right.
therapy. So this
Absolutely.
is one way to kind of, allow that, especially if they feel like, well, I'm amongst friends. I do feel safe enough to, express,
Mhm.
myself. So,
Oh,
but
I
yeah,
love
that's
it.
how I started. And I've had about 5 so far. So
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
So what are some of the steps necessary for you to prepare your circle?
Well, I sent out an invitation, of course, for my first one, which I started back in October 2017. I just sent out an invitation via text, and there was one I did, a couple I had to mail, but um, it sort of piqued their interest because, I kind of introduced what it would be about, us discussing and sharing ideas, about maybe hygiene or, professional development,
Mhm.
whatever, And I just said that the instructions were that we would write down questions, and I use note cards, and I put them, have them place it in a box. And
Okay.
that way it's anonymous, and that we would just share ideas based on the topic, at hand. And so, I got about 7 people for my first one.
Oh.
And so I prepared a meal. So, we like to talk over a meal.
Uh-huh.
So I prepared a good meal. And then my introduction around the circle was, I want you to say your name.
Mhm.
And then with the first letter of your name, I need an empowering word or a positive word.
Ooh.
So, like for instance, I'm Alonda and I'm amazing. And
Oh, okay.
so, as the ladies gave me their empowering word, I used it when I referred to them if they had a question. Like if, like say for you, Dre, if you were to say dedicated, I said, well, dedicated, what do you think? Do you have
Okay.
any, or amazing? What do just whatever empowering word that I used it in place of their name.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and also as a keepsake, I just want to show, just like I would give these notebooks
Oh,
from the
yeah.
Dollar Tree. I mean, spiral bound or not, for them to be able to take notes. And I buy the fancy pens and, for them to keep or take with them. Um, and I also do, I raffle off a couple of prizes and I buy some good prizes. So some good gifts, yeah. But, to make it
Mhm.
interesting and
Yeah.
fun and make everybody feel like, I really, and they did say they have a really good time. So, that's also inspiring to keep going. I
Mhm.
want to do more. I want to try and get on a quarterly or, basis, but life's busy, like you just, like you said, life's really busy. But so that's how I prepare in essence. And I just like the creativeness of my flow with it.
Mhm.
So
Oh my goodness, that's
yeah,
amazing. That is amazing.
thank
So
you.
how do you determine who you're gonna invite to your circle? Is it people close to you or just
Well, it started with people close to me,
okay.
and, then I've had people that were close to me that wanted to invite friends,
Okay.
friends of friends, and
Mhm.
of course, I don't turn anybody away, so yes, but that's how I started, and, um, one person in particular has been with me since day one, Trillian Cason, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Oh.
But she's like my financial guru. So I refer to her as my financial guru. But at just about every sister circle, she educates us on our finances. And
Oh.
the last one she did, she gave like a talk about investments.
Mm.
So so it's just things like that that kind of started me wanting to invite others. Like I've invited Dr. Herb's sister. Dot
Oh.
com is her, drherbsister.com. Shout out to you.
Okay.
And what
Okay.
she did was she educated us on womb health and healing.
Okay.
So she came and gave us a talk about that, and informed us about the products that she sell. And, she's online. So um, how to, I guess, birth the fibroids if women having womb issues.
Mhm.
She probably has your answer. So you should check her
Mhm.
out. But she came and gave, and I thought we would have time to do the sister circle portion of it, but she was just so engaging that, it took up a lot of our time. And I will say that if you don't put a time on it, I think my first one I set for like 2 to 4. We must have stayed till about 8 o'clock. I mean, and
Wow.
it was just 7 of us, but and a couple people left, of course, but they tend to linger, and so that is also an indication of how much this is needed.
Yes.
And I figure it must be helping for them to want to stay around and discuss, or you know so, but yeah,
Yeah.
those are a couple of guests that I invited, and I'm looking forward to inviting other people who have businesses that are helpful. Your finances
Mhm.
are important, your health is important, of course, so just along those lines, anyone that has some information they can share, with the group, that could be helpful. So,
That's
but yeah, that's
awesome.
the type of people I invite. So,
Oh, wow, that is
yeah.
amazing. So, how do you protect the innocence of individuals that may have personal questions and they don't want to be singled out? I know you said earlier you'll kind of let them write something on a card and put it in a bowl, so to speak,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, and that's basically how I do it. Now it's up
okay.
to them if they wanna, like I say, I had one person just, like, came out with it because it felt like a healing moment for her.
Mm,
But,
okay.
yeah, we take the cards, you don't write your name, just write the question or questions and throw them in the box, and I just randomly select them and say, to the group, read it out to the group, and everybody sort of chimes in, with their, answers. Some of the questions we've gotten, like, it could be the topic of the day, or, something's happening in the country. For example, during the hashtag Me Too movement,
Oh, yeah.
someone
Mhm.
wrote a question, what do you think about the pros and cons of it? So
Mm.
that was about a good 30-minute discussion, so and then there were questions about like high risk pregnancies. I
Mm.
mean, they just go everywhere with it, like from the simplest to the more complex. We talked about mental illness in the Black community.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Um, you
Mhm.
know, um, I was trying to think of a few more that we hit home with, but they just come out with questions that you'd be like, wow, you know,
Mhm. Mhm.
that's something I need to really, give some thought to. And some of their ideas and answers that they share is just, they're really good. So
Mhm.
I think, like I said, it's like therapeutic, you know,
Yeah.
because you may be dealing with a situation that someone has overcome, and they making get shed light on, this is how I did it, not necessarily that might be the way you should do it, but here's
Mhm.
how my story, here's my testimony, so to speak. Here's how
Oh,
it turned
wow.
out for me, and these are the steps I've taken, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so
Wow.
that's
And
what.
that's awesome because, like you said, it is needed because it's so much mental illness. There was a woman I saw on social media. She was very prominent, high up in the
Mhm.
university, and she took her own
Mhm.
life because
Yeah.
of her boss, and
Mhm.
having sister circles, what you just said, I think is so huge for women to come and get things off their chest that they may not feel comfortable sharing with their family, their spouse,
Right.
or their
Right.
pastor. That's awesome. And you
Yeah.
doing this, Alonda, you could very well have saved someone's life?
You never know. Like you say,
Mhm.
she was very polished, but
Yes.
tore up on the inside.
Yes.
And this I think will give people, the opportunity to get whatever it is, even
Mhm.
if we don't know who you are, but just you're being in the presence of other women who saying we're trying to share ideas that might can help you,
Mhm.
you know, so, like I said, with the young lady who had a domestic violence
Mm.
situation, we just let her
Mhm.
take the floor because obviously she had to be heard. So,
Yeah. Wow.
but yeah.
That's amazing. You've got a
Mhm.
question from the audience, and it's from
Okay.
Karen Morris, and she wants to
Okay.
know, what are your thoughts of opening your group up to other women in different states?
I'm not I guess I don't have a technology type of, sense. But I thought I could like chime them in through my cell phone with a conference, for my very first one, because I did want some people to participate from out of state, but that didn't work. So I would love to get to a point where I can, maybe have a laptop or something, even if you can't really see everything that's going on,
Mm-hmm.
you can hear, and
Mm-hmm.
hear some of the answers that are given, to specific questions. Um, but that's an idea. That's something I need to work on so I can get my technology up to par.
That's
I get teased
awesome.
about it all the time, but I'm still old school. So
Oh my goodness. And so I think that's amazing, Alonda. That's an awesome gift that God has blessed you with to share with
hmm
others. And
hmm
wow, that's just amazing because it is needed. It is truly,
yeah,
truly needed. So what
yeah.
I'm going to do is I'm going to bring on the participants. You guys,
Okay.
let me just put their faces up and introduce them really quickly as well. And as I mentioned, this is Lisa Rochon and Trillian Cason. They participated in the Sister Circle. And as Alonda says, she takes Trillian everywhere she goes because she's the financial guru. So let's bring you guys, give them a warm welcome. We're going to bring them to the virtual stage. Hey, Lisa.
Hi,
Hey,
Lisa. Hi,
Trillian.
Trillian.
How are you ladies doing this evening?
I'm doing well.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on Let's Talk. I know the three of us, we've talked for a while about doing this, and
hmm
I'm so glad we were able to finally get you guys because these ladies are busy. You guys, Lisa is an entrepreneur. She has her own business, and so does Trillian, and they be running 1,000 miles a minute, which is awesome, which is awesome. So, you guys, one of you just answered. I just want to know, how has it helped you being in a sister circle with Alonda?
Oh, wow. So I was able to host one of her sister circles, and I didn't know what fully it was all about.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she said to write the little questions on the card and put it in a box,
Mm-hmm.
like she said, it's so much discussion and so many different avenues and so many different people from different genres, different lifestyles that can come and put their, 2 cent or,
Mm-hmm.
what they've been through uh, into the whole conversation. And it was really, really helpful. Really helpful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Trill?
Well, I think for me, I've been to all of the sister circles. So my favorite part is really, I'm an educator of stocks and bonds. I love financial planning. So the fact that I get to, in a safe space, give people information about financial planning, stocks and bonds, mutual funds, whatever, accounting, taxes. Um, I've been an accountant for and a stockbroker for a long time.
Wow.
I spent 22 years in the United States Marine Corps as a finance
Oh,
officer.
Wow.
So finance has
awesome.
been my life for a very long time. So being able to go into the circle and talk with women about, financial planning, where do I start? How
hmm
do I start? Like some people, sometimes as single parents, we take care of our children. And then once our children are grown, you might find yourself 40, 45, 50 years old. And you may not have had, the opportunity to save money. So you're just now getting started. And that can be scary
Mm-hmm.
because, when you think about it, retirement, by the time you get started, retirement is 10 to 15 years out. So now you have to try to make it work. So being able to talk with people about, because it's a fearful time sometimes, about how to get started. How do I get started? I haven't done anything. So that's what I really enjoy most, being able to really have a positive influence on educating people on what they can do with their finances.
I love it. That's awesome. Because again, as we said earlier, maybe they feel some kind of way about asking a banker or asking, you know, anybody, but in the sister circle, like you said, they could put
Mhm.
the question in anonymously and Trill can answer it. Oh, that's so awesome. So,
Mhm.
ladies, did you feel a sister bond when you were at one of the sister circles with Alonda?
Absolutely. Yes. You know, I feel like you came to my
I
house,
did. I
Sister
did.
Circle, and I got to know you a lot better.
Oh.
You know, the Sister Circle, when you have a group of women and we're sharing,
Mm-hmm.
it just makes a bond. You know, they're not your birth sister, you know, of
Mm-hmm.
your blood, but you have a special bond through experiences or
Mhm.
uh, like-mindedness. You know, like you say, Trillian's an entrepreneur. I've been knowing her forever, and she's helped me a lot. Uh,
Mhm.
Wow.
yeah, and so it's so edifying,
Mm-hmm.
and I just love the togetherness, you know, and like Alonda said, we bring food. Everybody bring their own dishes.
Yes.
Whereas Alonda's vegan, and you know, I found out another sister was, you know, that came was vegan.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, you're able to share food and break bread, and it's just a good gathering. Hmm.
Absolutely. And I can speak from it too as well. Like you said, Lisa, I attended when I got my invite from Lisa, I kind of was like, what is this? What am I going to? But I said, you know what? I'm going to go. And when I got there, like you said, the food was amazing. Everybody brought a dish. And it was such a warm feeling. And you didn't have to feel like whatever your question was, like, like Alonda said, you put it in it and whoever chimed in, and oh my gosh, it did feel like a sisterhood. It was so comforting. And we never knew who asked what question, right? We didn't know. So it,
Didn't I?
it, it it was such a good feeling. What about you, Trill? Do you feel like it's a sister bond as you go around as well?
You know, the good thing is that you always have an opportunity, especially when new people come to the group, to meet new people. And
Mhm.
even through whether we laugh a lot, sometimes we cry for, whatever the reasons are, but it's just a really great gathering. And it's very intimate. So, but we have a
Yeah.
great time, and,
Yeah.
we just try to do it at least, I think we're trying to do it like once every quarter, maybe coming up, or twice
Trying
a
to get
year.
there. I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, but we're working on it. But it is a
Time and money.
lot of fun,
But I'm trying to
and
get there.
it gets bigger and bigger each time.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Alonda, sounds like you're gonna need to get you a staff girl.
I may need to. I mean, like I said, it's just the importance of having that,
Yes,
like I said,
Yeah,
providing that safe space,
it
an
does.
outlet for
Mhm.
people to just
Mhm.
express. Because some people have like long questions they've been yearning for answers for years and years, and
Mhm.
to just see the different sides of it.
mhm,
Like one particular question, someone asked about a friend who was in an abusive relationship,
Mm.
and people were coming up with their answers. Well, there's organizations online, they can get help,
Mm.
from a lot of organizations online that help women and children in crisis. And I said, and yeah, and there's literature, and things like that. But then one person spoke up and said, um, sometimes it's just good to say, I'm here if you need me.
Yes.
And that spoke so much
That's
volume to
awesome.
me, because all the time people don't want to hear, even if you have an answer, they don't, first of all, they don't want to feel like I have a problem. So don't feel like you gotta, give me an answer. But
Mhm.
to just say, I'm here if you need me, that gives me the opportunity to say, you know what, this sister reached out to me. I feel comfortable with going to her because she doesn't make me feel like I got a problem. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So, but that spoke so much volume, and not that everyone else's answer was bad, but,
Mhm.
sometimes you don't necessarily want people talking. You want them to listen, or to, be able to come
mhm.
when you're ready, so to speak,
Yes.
so. But
I
yeah.
love it. I love it.
Hmm.
That is so awesome. And I was just sharing with some girlfriends and some relatives that I think this is huge. It should be done in families, especially
Oh,
some families
oh
with
yes,
women is
I
conflict,
encourage it.
right? Yeah,
Yes, I encourage it. I definitely
sisters
encourage it.
fighting
And
or
yeah, and
yeah,
after the sister circles, I kind of thank everybody, and that's what I tell them. Please go and make your own circles. You just don't know
yes.
how much this is needed. You know,
Mhm.
people in your own
Mhm.
family or close friends. You just don't know what this will do for them. You know,
Mhm.
and you don't have to do it. You know, just be creative with it, however you want to do it. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
That's
That's
good.
but yeah.
awesome. That's so awesome. And there's quite a few people in here with questions. So
Okay.
I'm going to let them ask a couple questions, you guys. Let me look. There's so many comments. So you guys go back after the show and
Okay.
answer them. Okay. So Alyssa Sims, she said, also mentioned that you're going to invite men to your next one. They need healing too. Ooh,
Oh yeah,
that's
that's what I that was one idea I did have because we need to work on these relationships, y'all. We just do.
woo.
I mean, Dre Lett can't be the only one with a wonderful husband. So we we got to get some wonderful husbands going here. So, but yeah, that was one idea I did have to invite men just to get
Mhm.
their perspective on what it is that would
That's gonna be
help us
woo.
as women, listen to us and we listen to them, so to speak, and
Yes.
see how that turn out.
Oh, that's gonna
Yeah.
be an interesting one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That'll probably be a big crowd.
These men got a lot to say.
They do. Oh
Yes.
my goodness. And Carla, she's saying, let's learn about the finance business. Yes, Trill. That's amazing. I want to have you come
Hmm.
back on the show because
Yeah.
at least once a year I have somebody that's in the financial world come on. So I would love for you to come on because that is huge. A lot of people are missing the boat on that. And like you say, you look up and you're at retirement age and you're like, whoa, I didn't prepare.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And I
I
think
always
also
call her
as
the
a
math
woman,
magician.
Hmm.
one thing that we talk about that we just really need to talk about and make sure, and when I say make sure, not just talk about it, but do something to follow up on. So when I
Right.
talk to people about investment planning, because of course everybody wants to learn about investment planning, the first thing we do is we talk about estate planning first. Let's make sure we have that situated. Let's make sure we
Hmm.
have the proper insurances. In the event something happens, we just want to make sure in the event we're not there for our children or our families, that they can still succeed for a period of
Hmm.
time because we're not there anymore. So we have to make sure that we take care of that. So of course we want to learn about financial planning. Um, what is the plan? How do I plan? How do I stick to my plan? What are some things that I can do? So what I do is I give all of my clients this book called it's just called like Get Ready,
Oh, okay.
and it's a book you can get on Amazon. But it's one of these books where you can stick to it. You can put everything in it. You can follow it. You can just follow right along. And not only that, we meet like every week to make sure that people are actually doing it. Because it's easy to say, I'm going to plan.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
everybody sets a New Year's resolution. But it
Exactly.
would
I
be
was ready to
helpful
say that.
if we checked in to make sure with someone else to make sure that we are really adhering to whatever resolution that we put in place. Because normally
Right.
what happens is that we put something in place, a financial plan, and then 3 weeks later, consequences happen and it changes a little bit. 6 weeks
Mhm.
later, it changes a little bit. And by
That's life.
May, we're off the plan. So I
Mhm.
think this circle is a way to help just we check in on each other to make sure that
Yeah.
whatever we're doing, whether we're trying to pay down debt, there's a book, Pay
Hmm.
It Down, to show
Mhm.
you how to pay down your debt.
Hmm.
Um, there's just just having the sister circle to help us really adhere to the financial goals that we set for the first quarter, then second quarter, then third quarter, then fourth quarter.
Oh, I love it. I
And I
love it.
just want to quickly mention, I had also shared with each of the circles. I always share information that I come across on the internet or whatever. And there was this 52-week money savings challenge, and it just you save so much each week, and
Oh.
at the end of the year, I think it totaled like $1,300 or
Yeah,
so,
one thousand
13.
three hundred and seventy-eight dollars.
Yeah, and you start with
Wow.
like $1 the
Yes.
first week,
Wow.
and then so on and so on. You can look it up online and it gives you the instructions. But I also ran across the reverse, challenge where you can
Oh.
start with the 52nd week, which means you have to have $52 to start with. And I just felt that was more effective because in the end, you can really save more,
Mhm.
at the end of the year. So,
Wow.
so things like
That's
that, or
good.
helpful health tips I find online, I just make copies and just share with the group. Um,
Mhm. I love it. I love
yeah,
it. That's amazing. And Trill, you gotta come back, definitely. Let's see,
yeah.
there's some more. Okay, so Stephanie Morris. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie.
She says the sister circle definitely give you a safe space to talk and allow you to get different perspectives of challenges you might be dealing with. Again, you might not answer, but a listening ear. Yes, I agree with her. It is definitely good. And just to give, say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with, and somebody will say, hey, have you ever thought this?
Mhm,
So yes, awesome. In fact, Stephanie was at the one that I attended, so that
mhm.
was good. That was good. Oh, we got a guy with a question.
All
Y'all
right, all
know
right.
him.
Got a man
Mike,
in the house.
Mike Stokes says, is there an age limit? Oh, that's a good question.
That's something I thought about. Like, I don't think there is, because I would encourage teenagers as
Hmm,
well.
okay.
Sometimes I don't feel comfortable talking to adults.
Yeah.
Um, and I just think sometimes that they may have, like I call it a teaching moment when the child teaches the parent. They don't ever like it, but
Right.
sometimes from the mouth of babes, they can really make a lot of sense.
Hmm.
And so I would encourage the teenagers, yeah,
Mhm.
have your sister
Hmm.
circles. Um, and if you care to invite someone with, an adult with more experience on a particular topic you want to discuss, fine. But if not,
Hmm.
like I
Hmm.
say, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think
Yeah,
that would,
to
yeah,
do it.
That's good
definitely.
because I often have a lot of young ladies come
Hmm.
and talk to me about
Hmm.
certain things like, you know, we, to the listeners, we all are roller skaters. So,
Yeah.
so we skate. So some of these young ladies, they'll come and talk to me and ask me certain questions.
Mm.
I guess I just look like I'm a, you
Approachable.
know, yes.
Mhm.
So that's a good question because uh, inviting the younger generation because you got to think back in the day we had what Big Mama,
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
the Big Mama house, and your parents taught you to respect your
Certain
elders and things like
values.
that.
Yeah.
I feel
Mhm.
like a lot of us have lost our way. Um,
Hmm.
our age group, the younger age group, because our age group have lost their way because the older group has passed on and went on, and some of us have just gotten a little crazy.
Hmm.
And so then our children are watching that and they're
Mhm.
going left field. And I feel like we're losing them, their
Hmm.
trust. Because a lot of young people, like you said, feel like they don't have any respect for adults because we've let them down. Some
Hmm.
of us, not all of us. But
Hmm.
if we're doing the same thing they're doing, you know, then where's the role model or uh, the standard, you know, because I think back and I told this one guy, he was like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. I said, why are you gonna do that? Talking about something negative he was gonna do. I
Oh,
said, you have this freedom and this freedom wasn't always here, you
right.
know. We was just on the back of the bus not too long
Yeah.
ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That
Sure
part.
was.
Back in
Yeah.
the 60s. 60s ain't that far,
Mm-mm.
you know.
Wasn't
So,
that long ago.
I encouraged him to read certain books, you know,
Hmm.
about where we came from about the boycott, the bus boycott, and things like that. Like Martin Luther King birthday is this Monday. Do they understand what this man did? I have a dream. A lot of people quote that all the time, but there's more in depth into
Mm-hmm.
Black history,
Yes.
what he did, and
Yes.
a lot of people that walked with him,
Hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, they don't even know.
You're right.
So it's up to us to teach them.
That
Mm-hmm.
is so
If they
true.
come to the sister circle, I feel like the young men as well as the young women, they'll learn from us. They'll learn, different things. Uh, like I say, I'm an entrepreneur, but how did I get there?
Hmm.
They
Right.
don't know. They just think, oh, I got to do something crazy on social media,
No,
and then I'll get famous, or
that's
I'll
what
get,
they think.
and things
Hmm.
like that. That's all.
Yes, and that's a good point, Lisa. I was talking to a young adult the other day, and they graduated from college, and they were discouraged. They said, "Why did I go to college? Because I
Mm-hmm.
graduate, I can't get a job. I'll never own a home because homes are so expensive." And
Wow.
they're just so discouraged. And you're right,
Discouraged.
Lisa,
Yeah.
our generation, because like you say, some of us, our parents are gone, and it's up to us to keep them motivated and keep them, keep it going. That's something that we definitely got to do. Because some of them have lost their way. They have.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
have.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Trill,
discouraged.
yeah, Trill, did you want to add anything to that?
No, just like I said, just looking forward to the next sister circle, and it would be good to have some men or some younger individuals also. We usually get a lot of the same individuals because we enjoy going, and then we add on
Mm-hmm.
individuals each time. So that makes it a lot of fun. But for the most part, just we have to pay it forward. Just
Mm-hmm.
find a
Mm-hmm.
way to pay it forward with each and every one of our um, things that we do in our life, our passions, our hobbies. Like Lisa, she's an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. Alonda's becoming an entrepreneur. So even teaching people about entrepreneurship, people who are wanting
Yeah.
to open a
Mm-hmm.
business, like, okay, I want to open a business. How does that work? Where can I get help from? You get help from SCORE. How do I get an SBA loan? Like, what do I need to do to get an SBA loan? These are all the things that we talk about in, you know, in our financial planning courses. During the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, I was on the SBA team, and we had so many people who called. At first, you had to have your your P&L statement and your balance sheet
Wow.
in order to qualify for the loan initially. So many people did not have that they had
Mm.
to. They knew 95% of the country, unless they're a big corporation, do not have that as small business owners.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to tweak it, and then they went to the Schedule C. So I think when we talk about business and how to actually open our business, and I explain this all the time. If you are a barber, if you do hair, if you do nails, whatever it is that you do, that's 20% of your business. The rest of it is all the administrative, financial, all the other things that you have to do to make your business truly successful. To make
Mm-hmm.
it truly successful, you have to have a foundation. You can be good at braiding the heck out of some hair, but
Hmm.
you have to know in order to turn it into what you want it to be, you
Mm-hmm.
have to have some financial foundations. You have to understand. Um, so many people use their Schedule C, like their regular tax return,
Hmm.
for their business because they don't understand the 1065 or the 1120S. They don't understand the taxes. Like, how can I really offset my taxes? So these are some things that we discussed in Sister Circle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's
we're just
awesome.
looking forward to doing it again and again and again.
That's awesome. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. And
Oh,
Alonda, so if there was somebody that wanted to get some advice from you on how to set up their own sister circle, say they're out in Texas or Florida, are you open to sharing your notes with them? I know you don't want to go out and, facilitate it, but just sharing your
No,
knowledge.
no, I just want to, like I say, make it your own.
Yeah.
Because and be as creative as you like to be,
Okay.
but do start one because you if you don't have one in your neighborhood or community that you can go to, start it. You be the one
Mhm.
to start it,
Yeah.
and yeah, so like I say, the facilitation part, that's the easy part. That's something you can do. You
Mhm.
can provide a safe space. You can, get a couple of note cards. All the extras I do, you don't have to, but I just know for me, it just makes the space more inviting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want to
So
say one last thing that makes
mhm,
our sister circle just really strengthened. So we've been talking, and I noticed that when I say a couple things, Lisa raises her hand. That's what the sister circle is all about, being able
Mhm.
to say, hey, I need help. Hey, help me, help me, help me. We can do that there. No one is afraid to discuss the finances or whatever, because this is where you get the information that you need. So
Mhm.
it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
Nobody walks out without getting their questions answered.
and look for free, because I mean, people
For
charge for
free.
services like that. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like I say, it's
Yeah.
very therapeutic and therapy costs, but here's a way to get therapy without being charged.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I love it. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
So you guys, it's so many questions and statements in the comment section. So after the show, you guys go back and Trill, there's some in there for you and you, Lisa, and Alonda. So y'all go back and respond. Because I don't have much time to share them all, but good stuff. And one thing I could say is attending one, it was amazing. It felt like a safe place to talk about whatever, and it was good, and we helped each other out. Somebody had a question and said, for example, how do I be a better friend? And somebody said, well, you can be
Mhm.
a better friend by texting that friend once a week, or we
Mhm.
helped each other, and it
Yeah,
was no
we do.
judgment, and we didn't know
No
who
judgment.
asked what questions, and it
That's
was
it.
wonderful. It was
Mhm.
amazing. So you guys, get in your little towns and so forth and start a sister circle, because it is so helpful. After hearing that woman took her own life, it just broke my heart, because she had
Mhm.
a sister circle, perhaps
Mhm.
she wouldn't have.
Yeah, she would be here. I
Yeah.
also want to add that I know, I think her name's Quad Webb from, was it Married to
Oh,
Medicine?
yes.
She started that one, Sister Circle, on TV1, I believe it was.
Oh, okay.
So, it was even syndicated on TV. So, but to be even at a local level, you guys would be amazed at, like you say, how many people find it very valuable, and very
Mhm.
helpful and just important. There's an importance, and a sense of urgency for it. So,
Mhm.
however it turns out, don't be worrying about, is this perfect? Did I do it? Just let people be, let them speak, give them the floor,
Mhm.
and just let it flow.
That's it. That's
So
it.
yeah,
Well, thank you, ladies, so much for coming on
thank
Let's
you,
Talk. I feel like
Dre.
we need a
Thank
part two or
you.
something.
Yeah, I know, right?
This was good. I appreciate you so much, you guys, or ladies. Like I
Yeah.
said, go back and look at the comment section. It's on fire. But
Okay.
again, I appreciate you immensely. So until we meet again, and they are my skate sisters. These three skate JB Chicago style, y'all, and they be throwing down. JB stands for James Brown. So they are amazing women as well, amazing women of God, entrepreneurs. So I thank God for them to be in my sister circle. So
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank
we'll
you.
talk soon, ladies.
All right.
Okay, bye
Bye, everybody.
bye. That is amazing, you guys. That Alonda does that, and like she said, in your area, start one up so that you can reach out to others and be there for others as well. Because we need it. We do. We need it. So as we close out the show, again, I want to thank Alonda Simms, Trillian Cason, and Lisa Rochon for sharing their experience of a sister circle. And I also want to give you a positive thought as we close out the show. As I said, so much is happening in 2024 already, but protect your peace. And by that, I mean be selective with your battles. Sometimes peace is better than being right. Just say, okay, you can have it, but you got the facts and you're correct, but it's not worth arguing. Just protect your peace and select your battles. So as I tell you guys each and every week, do one good thing for one person each day, and you can affect 365 lives. If no one has told you they love you, know that I love you. Stay safe out there. Go to the Let's Talk with Author Dre Lett Facebook page. Make sure you hit follow, and make sure you check in to see when we're going to go live again for another virtual show. And with those words, you guys, I'm out.